All right.
Oh, what? Were we like on a train in Japan?
Yeah.
We are on a train in Japan.
And now we're live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all. It is the 7:30 p.m. half hour now. That's a thing, right? Half hours? We're doing that.
Totally
We have to make it a thing.
It's 7:32. It's close enough.
I'm rounding. It's okay. I'm in California time. Everything's
At California time, you can always just be late.
Yeah, right?
That's how it is.
California time is
Well,
20
and the thing
minutes.
is, I love how us Californians, like, we don't judge anything by distance. It's purely time.
It's purely time, yeah.
So, like, when you guys were asking me, like, oh, like, is this a travel distance? I'm like, 30 minutes, that's fine.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural episode, because this is episode 1, correct, Shelby?
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, of Relentless Weebs. Everybody give yourselves a round of applause for joining us. And I'm going to give everybody here a round of applause, because y'all are awesome. So, we're your hosts, Andrew J. Landy and Shelby McWeeb. Shelby, how are we doing today?
We're doing great. Episode 1.
Episode 1, indeed. And our guests for the inaugural Relentless Weebs actual first episode, not the pilot, the first episode. Give it up, everybody, for Mynx Mdinight of Mdinight Shinigami. Mynx, how we doing?
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Nice. Right on. So,
I love your makeup.
Oh, stop it, you big sucker.
see, everybody here is very colorful. Like, Mynx has awesome makeup, the blue hair going, rocking. Shelby with the Buster shirt, giving a huge fake go love. And I'm in all black, but I've red sunglasses, so it's okay.
No. You and I
Yeah,
are very
we're-
matchy-matchy.
we're
We didn't even plan this.
We're like
It's
a
like
giant.
an Oreo.
Yeah, I was about to say we're an Oreo. It works. So, folks, make sure you have smashed the like button and make sure you share out the stream. Make sure you share it out. The link's on Facebook. Share it on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. If Vero is still a thing, I don't think so anymore.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you remember? Okay, you remember how there used to be this?
We love plugging Vero.
Vero.
We don't want anyone to forget
There-
about that.
Yeah, this social media platform called Vero.
I'd never even heard of it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's cool. All right, so, again, make sure that you have shared out the video. Yes, especially on Vero, which I'm never going to let go. And, of course, let us know that you're in the chat. We want to know that you're in here. I see an Antonio DeCoster, Sean Chagumita, and Kurt Bros are all in the chat.
Hi, guys.
And again, folks, this is an interactive show, so if we're talking about something, we want to hear your thoughts on it too. Give us a shout out, let us know what you think. I'm keeping eyes on the chat the entire time, and we're going to have some fun tonight, and we're just going to keep it real chill, real relaxed, a good way to ease into your Tuesday night.
I love sharing.
You love sharing?
I love sharing.
I love Tuesday
You like-
because tacos.
Oh my, dude, I'm so hungry right now. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, so I just came from a friend's house because I'm also going to be part of a podcast with the Grand Geek Gathering, which is called
Oh,
The
nice.
Grand
Yeah,
Geek.
yeah.
So we did some recording last Thursday, and Tyler wants us to do some music for that.
Oh,
so
nice.
Oh,
I went
awesome.
over to his place, and we were talking music, and then I looked at the time and said, by the way, I have to go.
Ah, very good, very
So
good.
I rushed straight over here.
Well, time well spent.
Yeah.
Time well
That was
spent.
that's a good day for you.
The good thing
It
is,
really is.
Emma Collins is in the chat. She says, "You look so beautiful, Mynx.
Hi,
XOXO."
Emma. Oh,
It's-
so good to see you again. Thank you
Yes.
so much for coming to my birthday party.
Oh my gosh, nice.
When was your birthday?
Yes.
Oh, well, my birthday was in January. Like, my birthday always lands on the same weekend as ALA. So,
Ah.
I attempted to celebrate it then, and it just didn't work out. Like, I was even asking people, like, oh, should I reschedule? And they were like, yes. I was like, okay, screw it. I'm just not going to do it. And then
Yeah.
one of my best friends, Reiko, she actually... she and my lead guitarist Brazzo put together a birthday party for me. So
Aw.
we did Monty Python and the Holy Grail themed.
Oh, nice.
I'm a big Monty Python fan. And so I also commissioned a friend to make me, like, you know how like they have those animal hoods? I had her make me a hood of the killer rabbit, and in the arms it said "Run away."
That's
and
nice.
it's got like the little blood patches of fur in
Okay.
there. So it's really, really, really cool, and I super love it. So
Okay.
That's an Aquarius birthday if I've ever seen one.
Right.
Or you're Capricorn.
I'm a Capricorn.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you on the cusp or?
No, I'm a very, very major
like
Capricorn.
In. Yeah.
Well, and it's interesting, like, how the band dynamic works, because the fact that I'm a Capricorn, I'm pure business. I'm the one that, like, books the gigs and does all the work for that.
yeah.
Yeah, because if I left everything up to our lead guitarist, we would just, you know, play every show, do every little thing, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Do all the things.
do all the things, and I'm like, hey, dreamer Pisces get back down to earth.
So you're the balance. You know, we got dreamers.
We make actually a really good team because we're the co-founders of the band.
Okay.
So, you know, he has all like the little wispy ideas, and then I kind of channel that into something that we can make happen.
Okay. Right on. I do see Corinne Siren and Rob Armadas. Yes, what's going on, everyone? Thanks for joining in. So, the band, I'm curious. So, when did Mdinight Shinigami, like, what started all this? So.
Well, I mean, if you really want to go way back.
Yeah, like origin stories.
Origin stories. Well,
Yeah.
starting with myself.
Yeah.
I've been going to AX for a really long time. And basically, I started with doing things like the karaoke contest, and then there were shows like AX Idol that unfortunately is no longer around. And after that, I heard about Battle of the Bands. And I've known people that were part of it, but me as a vocalist, I don't actually fit into like the idol profile. I don't like singing by myself. So the band dynamic works better for me because I can lie to myself and, you know, say, oh, they're not looking at me, they're looking at everybody else. So I definitely lie to myself a lot on stage, and that's how I become comfortable enough to perform because I'm not alone.
Yeah.
So we started in November of 2010.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're super old in the anime scene.
Okay.
when it comes to like bands and groups and things like that, because sorry, it's actually kind of warm. I'm gonna take my jacket off here.
Oh my god, this is not just a plug to show off the sweater, by the way.
Thanks for boosting our ratings.
Right?
Anytime.
Yes. All right.
So yeah, we started back then, and again, my co-founder is Brazzo. He used to be a part of another anime cover band called Mdinight.
Okay.
So what happened is they had some kind of a falling out, and he left. So I actually, the minute I heard he left, I had seen them play, and I had watched him play. And when I watched him play in Mdinight, I was so jealous because I was like, I want a band like that.
Right.
I want a guitarist like that. So the minute he said that he wasn't in that band anymore, I was like, hey. Hey, you want to start another anime cover band together?
Right? You're still in the fray, right?
Yeah, like you still want to do this kind of thing, right? So, you know, he said, hey, as long as you're serious, I'm down. So I got together with him. We started looking for band members. We started looking on Craigslist of all places for these band members.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, the first group of bandmates of Mdinight Shinigami, like the original 6, we found some of them were some of his friends. So he found the drummer, he found the second guitarist, and then I'm trying to remember how we found Foxy, our keyboardist, and Vince, who was our original bassist and also electric violin player. So we had some very versatile people in the beginning, but you know, life happens, and over the years we've kind of gone through some changes. But honestly, like in the last year or two, I really feel like the band finally like found its true members.
Okay.
And coincidentally, last year, what happened was we had our drummer of about 2 or 3 years just decide that he was having a really hard time in his life, and that, you know, he just kind of needed to step down. I was heavily against it. I was like, please don't go. And but you know, he was very adamant about it. So basically what my lead guitarist did was he went on YouTube of all places, because normally when we're looking for band members, especially drummers, one of the songs that we'll throw at them, or one of the bands that we'll throw at them, is baby metal.
Yeah.
We'll basically say like, hey, if you can drum baby metal, then you can be part of this band. So he started looking around on YouTube, and he found this little girl, at the time like 15 years old, playing baby metal like nothing.
Really?
And her name is Alexi. She's such a great kid. I love her so much. She's actually more famous than we are.
Really? What?
Yeah, she's been on Ellen. She won like a Kiss drum off when she was a kid, and she's just overall really awesome. Great drummer, great personality. She's also into acting and things. Like she was on the iPhone 10 commercial.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so I mean
interesting.
she's really out there. Like she's basically doing all the things I wanted to do at her age.
Okay.
So it's like she's doing acting, you know, she's doing music and things like that. Like I wish that I had started as young as she did. But, you know, I don't know, life.
Well, you're here now.
I'm here
Yeah,
now.
you are here, exactly.
I'm here now.
You're here on Relentless Weaves, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, so relentless.
Boom.
I will relentlessly talk for hours.
Speaking of talking for hours, do you have any inspiration anime that's inspired you to get into this?
Well, I mean, it's really funny because obviously as a kid, my number one anime was Sailor Moon. Maybe that's why I waited so long for everything, because I was waiting for a cat to show up and give me my magical powers so I could just and fight evil by
Get away from the
moonlight
bullshit.
and all that and all that.
Right.
And it didn't happen. Like seriously, when I turned 16, I was like, it's time. This is the time. It's gonna happen any minute. Turned 17. Well, that was a letdown.
Darn.
Dang it.
Yep.
So,
I mean, it's good to have a backup plan. And if your backup plan is like a band, then that's still pretty cool.
well, and then I didn't watch this anime until later, but Beck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beck is super inspiring if you're into music. Because what I like about it is the fact that this guy went from not playing guitar at all to where he practiced for hours a day, every day. And in 1 year, he went from not playing guitar to being in a band, playing guitar and playing gigs and stuff. And like that is a lot of hard work. So I'm actually going to blame my lack of really going for things on Disney because Disney, it's like, oh, you don't have to do anything and some man's just going to sweep you off your feet and take you to a castle and happily ever after. And that didn't happen either.
I really like Beck because he's basically the One Punch Man of like music.
Really?
If that makes sense. Is that a fair comparison?
I mean, depends on the context. Because I mean, when I think One Punch Man, I just think of, breaking stuff and going to the supermarket and finding food on the cheap.
Yeah. I think of like the I do I run 10 miles a day, 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups.
Okay, so you mean like the training regimen.
The training
Right,
regimen, yes.
okay.
Okay, then
Yeah.
that I could see
Yeah,
that kind of comparison.
that would work.
And I really think if I had seen stuff like that more when I was younger, that would have kind of given me more inspiration to go for the things that I have, later on in life.
Okay.
So I'm gonna blame Disney,
But
and
we're gonna blame
and I'm gonna blame Sailor Moon because no magic cat showed up.
No magic cat. Okay.
No magic cats, no powers.
Yep.
I mean, I own cats, and they just eat and lay around. Totally didn't fit that bill either.
It happens. All right. Gonna give a quick shout out, by the way. Just of course, because we love our viewers here. I do see Jonathan Alexander Guerra in here, Brianna Sabalos. Let me see some of the other names. Braco Karanovic joined.
Oh yeah, that's my lead guitarist.
Right
on.
Nice. We got a Weston Diaz and a Brad Steller in here, as well as Christopher Flores.
Hi, guys.
Yes.
Hi everyone.
So guys, thanks for tuning in. We just started with the inaugural episode of Relentless Weaves with your hosts Shelby McWeave, Andrew J. Landy, and our inaugural guests, Mynx Mdinight of Mdinight Shinigami. So right now we're going over a little bit of what got Mynx started, what got Mdinight Shinigami started, and some of the influences. So hey, if you guys have a question that you want answered, if you're curious about anything, even just some good music recs from anime or anything like that, please hit us up in the chat. Let me know. We're watching in here, and we'll get to your questions. Let us know that you got a question. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep going on.
Oh, and I can just go on forever,
Relentlessly.
and ever. So, now back to like how the band kind of got started. Anime Expo had a Battle of the Bands.
Yes.
So I was like, I want to do this. I found out about it. They usually advertise it pretty early.
Yeah.
So we had about 6 months to prepare. So the lead guitarist had a lockout that he uses with other people, other bands. So it was just a shared space, but you could get in 24/7, which is really awesome. So it kind of made it nice to be able to coordinate, just be like, okay, what times is everybody available?
Right.
Okay, let's go practice. And we would be there like 3-4 hours at a time. Like we'd leave, go to a taco truck, get food, come back,
Smart.
hang out and eat, and just work on music. So, of course, that came into Battle of the Bands 2011, and we performed, and it was audience choice, and we ended up winning that year. So that was kind of like the, hey, we can do this thing.
Yeah, you can run.
And we played High School of the Dead.
Nice.
And what was the other song that we did? I think Oh shoot, it's actually been a really long time. I remember vividly High School of the Dead.
It's been a while.
That was the one where I was like, that song has to be in no matter what. Because
Right.
you could play 2 songs and like that was it.
Right. I remember the format.
Yeah, so it was really good times. Like that was back when it was like the Nokia Theater.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Like that smaller
that small little stage, but it was such great lighting.
I love that stage so much. Because, with all the lights, you just feel like you're singing to a train. Can't really see too many people out in front of you.
Yes, I remember we did the Late Comedy Showdown in 2017 at the Nokia, and yeah, I couldn't see a damn thing out there, and I was just the host, so good stuff.
But it makes it nice because you don't have to imagine people in underwear. You don't have to try to think of anything else. It's just, hey, I'm up here by myself talking to nobody. Right.
It's great because at Anime Expo, there's a lot of people just in their underwear, period. So
that is also true. Oh my god.
Oh, no. Okay, so I, of course, have to talk about...
that was a story that went along with my joke.
It really does, though.
Boom.
So last year, we played at Lounge 21 for Anime Expo.
Yes.
And... one of the big hits is when we play One Punch Man.
Yes.
And there were guys there. I guess they have their own YouTube channel. And there was a bunch of guys where it looked like they were shirtless. I think I don't remember what they were on the bottom because like the crowd was actually so big that I really couldn't see below the waist of a lot of people.
That sounds about right.
Which is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
But they were wearing these squid hats. And just and they had like little squid finger things. So like they're in one of my Instagram videos.
Okay.
Where I'm just filming the crowd because I was like, hey, gotta have proof of this.
Right.
And so yeah, there's always one time we had a guy where he was cross-playing. I mean, just took the wig off and was just throwing it around.
All right.
It was
Party.
awesome. But the best thing this last year was while we were playing One Punch Man. We're in the bridge. Well, there's a Saitama cosplayer in the crowd.
Uh-oh.
We're like getting ready to come back into like the hero. This guy just gets up on stage, turns around, and just dives into the crowd. And you can like, if you watch certain videos, I just go, ah! Because, of course, my worst fear is someone gets hurt and we get in trouble.
Right.
Like, that's actually my worst fear. It's like, oh my god, don't get us in trouble. Don't get us kicked out from doing this forever.
Right.
But this guy just jumps out and people catch him and you just see feet up in the air and even the drummer stopped.
Wow.
But unfortunately, Alexi couldn't play that show because she's not 21.
Oh, geez.
So we actually had to hire a drummer for that show. And, like, even he got distracted. Like, he missed his cue. It was just like...
That happened. Okay.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
So we had our first crowd surfer.
Nice. Congratulations.
I also signed my first butt.
Was it your first butt or your only butt? Because that matters too.
Okay, only.
It's bound to be
only one that I remember.
It's bound to be first.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, and the best part was the poor thing was a little tipsy. This was Lounge 21, and she was like, "Would you sign my butt?" And I was just like, "Really? I mean, I don't care. Okay."
Yeah.
I only have this giant Sharpie though.
And signature on the ass. Okay.
Well, it's a good thing that my name is only 5 letters.
Right.
But yeah, I took up a lot of space. It wasn't that big.
All
so
right.
it's just after I'm like 3 letters in, she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing what you asked me to. Like, you want me to stop?"
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever at a show where Mdinight Shinigami is playing,
I will sign your butt.
Exactly.
Other body parts, have to be discussed beforehand.
Yeah, but the butt is like fair game.
Butt is fair game. Discretion is advised, obviously.
Exactly. Just please wash yourselves, okay?
Please, please follow the rules of the con. Please wash. Please use deodorant. Please do the pit checks.
Yeah, right.
Soap goes a long way.
Oh my gosh.
Just not Axe. Do not use Axe.
Ew.
Instead of shower.
Yeah.
Do not use Axe as a substitute for shower.
Exactly.
You still can use it if that's your thing.
If that's your thing, yeah, just a little. Don't like hairspray.
This public service announcement brought to you by Relentless Weebs. Your one-stop shop for all topics anime, happening every Tuesday night starting at 7:30 p.m. Your hosts, Shelby McWeeb, Andrew J. Landy, and our inaugural guest, Mynx Mdinight of Mdinight Shinigami.
You just can't shut up.
I love your pantomiming.
Right?
You can see, without sound, you
very
can see exactly what
expressive.
you're talking
Yes.
about. It's perfect for the stage.
By the
Great job.
way, Emma Collins is asking,
Yes.
Was it a hairy butt?
Oh, no. She was
Pristine? Okay.
it was a very nice butt.
Okay.
It was a very nice butt. If she would have invited me to do other things to it, I mean, if I had been drinking, things could have happened.
Right, yeah.
There's a history of that when I'm drinking.
Oh, dear.
Things can happen.
Okay, sorry. Just gonna give... I'm not...
it wasn't like it was like, oh, let's see what
sorry,
the comments are saying.
Was there a line, and did I go over the line?
The line's here, but don't worry. If you want to keep going, we'll
we're
help you.
Cool, all
Speed
right.
ahead.
Just gonna give a quick shout out to some of the people that are in the chat. I see Ben Patton, Winston Holmes Sapaya, Sarah Loomis is in the chat as well. Christopher Flores is saying, I'm just here to support Shelby. Lols.
Aww.
And Matthew Gregory Cartagena is watching as well. And
Hi, Matt.
Ivory Eyes Han has also joined us in the chat too. So again, folks, let us know that you're here. Give us a what's up. Give a what's up to Mynx as well. If you got questions regarding music or anime, this is the place to do it. Again, this is a show where we are all talking here. So it's not just us talking to you, although it might seem like that sometimes. We're all about getting that interactivity here. So please, we want to hear from you guys as well.
There's like a little, you got it.
Okay, good stuff.
We have another guest.
We have another guest that just flew in.
It's so interactive.
By the way, Christopher Flores does say tacos from a taco truck are the best.
Oh, they are.
Yes.
And there's one in LA. Like, they normally have such a big line. I don't care. I will even order in Spanish. It's that good.
Oh,
They've
nice.
got a picture of Jesus on the back. It's so good. He says, I want 3 tacos.
Oh, nice. So they are wholly good. Okay.
Okay, here's a question I've been thinking of ever since you were gonna come in here. How do you feel about K-On! And did that impact your influence?
Well, see, it's really funny because I have not watched the whole series.
Really?
So, and
did you watch like the first season before the 5th girl gets added though? Because that's all you need.
I did not even finish the first season, to be completely honest. I had every intention to, because I really try to make it a point to watch the animes of the songs that we cover.
Yeah.
There's only maybe like been a small handful that I just haven't seen the anime, but the music was so good and it was recommended that I go, hey, yeah, we're doing this. But K-On! Is actually like one of the very first songs. Actually, I would have to say it's like the first song we did as a band.
Oh, really?
And it took years to get rid of that song. Like, it would come because what would happen is we would go through member changes. And then, of course, they'd have to catch up and learn all the songs.
Right.
So
That
K-On!
makes sense.
Was like an easy song for new people to learn. So that song was around for like 6 years. And I finally had to put my foot down. I was like, no, we're not doing K-On! Anymore.
No more. We're done.
I'm done.
Because it's not 2010 anymore.
Right?
Not even just that. I mean, obviously, like, I'm down for doing older anime songs, especially if they're still, like, if they're considered classic or relevant. You know, like Evangelion, that's over 10 years old, easy.
Yeah.
Does that, change the fact that it's a great song and that people know it? Not at all.
Yeah.
So, we still, might try to do that one on occasion.
Yeah.
But I'm to the point now because I used to be a purist when it comes to covering the songs. I'd be like, no, it has to be exactly like the recording, like no leeway, it has to be perfect.
Right.
And then over time, especially Brazzo, he was like, no, like, let's make it our own, let's do this and that. And I used to be like, no. And eventually, like, oh, I'd love to do that song, but that's too high for me. I'm an alto. Like, my speaking voice is actually pretty low. So
Yeah.
obviously my singing voice is fairly low. So obviously a lot of the Japanese singers, they're sopranos. They're like super high up there. I can't do that.
Yes.
I mean, I can't belt. I could do that, but it's not the style I like. It's not what I'm going for.
It's not you. It's not you.
So now I've actually been more open to the idea of like, oh, well, we can do that song, but we'll just have to take it a half step or a full step lower.
Yeah.
So we're going to be playing in Fresno next month.
Right.
We're going to be going to, I don't know if it's Anime or Anime 8.0, but it's going to be at the Fresno Fairgrounds. And so that's going to be... obviously Fresno, so that's a little bit of a drive for us. But they're going to be taking really good care of us. We're going to have our own concert and everything, doing a meet and greet after. And one of the songs that we're going to be debuting over there is our cover of the opening from No Game, No Life.
Oh.
I love that song.
I love it too, and the thing is, like, every time I hear it, I want to cry. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to really pull it together to be able to sing this one.
Right.
But then again, I find new songs that make me cry more, and then it kind of makes the last one easier to deal with. Like, the one that makes me cry every time right now is Violet Evergarden.
Oh, yes, chat, by the way, let us know if you love Violet Evergarden. Press, yeah.
Even the stills from Violet Evergarden make me cry.
Every episode, like, makes me cry.
Right.
I've been, like, watching it again, and I'm just like, I'm tough, I'm cool, I got this.
And Blubbering Mess.
Blubbering
Yes.
Mess, like, have a box of tissues if you haven't watched it yet.
Indeed. I do see Brianna DeCoster. What's going on? I see Peter No says GG's. And Jamie Foxx, not the Jamie Foxx, but a guy named
One
Jamie.
of them.
Yeah.
What a disappointment.
I know, right? Eric Sedano is in the chat as well as Steve Stoker. What's going on, everybody? Again, welcome in here. We're talking with Mynx Mdinight. Mynx.
Yeah, you can say Midnight. It's just that when I made my Facebook profile, it
Yeah.
wouldn't let me put Midnight. It was
Really?
like, that's not a real last name. And I was
Cool.
like, well, duh.
Yeah. So Mynx Midnight of Mdinight Shinigami. And again, of course, your faithful hosts here for Relentless Weeb, Shelby McWeeb, Andrew J. Landy. Folks, again, make sure you have shared out the stream. Tell your friends. Invite your neighbors. Go fight your biggest rival. And then once you're done beating them to a bloody pulp, sit them down and be like, hey.
Get yourself a Gundam. Go beat.
Just beat the crap out of everyone.
Yeah, just do it.
Okay.
What's happening?
No worries. By the way, I do see
yeah,
also...
I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
worries.
not you.
Yeah, we're fine. I do see, by the way, Andrew Faust is in here saying,
Andrew!
Whoa!
Okay, that is our basis.
That's your basis? Nice!
Hi, Andrew!
Oh, right on. And Eric Sedano, give me a what's up. What's going on to you, Eric? We're doing fine here. So again, we're just having a little nice little conversation. Again, folks, if you guys have any questions for Mynx here, or even just anime questions in general, let us know. I've got eyes on the chat. We got everybody in here. So, hey, we want to hear from you guys too. So.
Yeah, the laptop screen is like really far away from me. So, I mean, I don't have my glasses on. I can't see that much from here. But, you know, my heart is there. I would love to hear questions from you. I will answer just about anything. You know, I'm like,
just about anything.
Just about anything. I'm not going to, like, put that disclosure out there. I'll answer anything. No. But almost anything.
Almost anything. Okay, right on.
So is Beck your favorite music anime overall?
Oh, no.
Okay.
For me, number one has to be Nana. Hands
Nana?
down.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Yes.
And specifically the anime.
Yeah.
I do love the movie. I think Mika Nakashima did a really good job. But just the anime itself holds such a big place in my heart because I love Anatsuchiya's style.
Yeah.
Like, she is a model, she's a singer, and all that. And I felt like we just have a lot in common.
Okay.
So I really identified with her, like, not only like for her character, but for like her as a person as well. So she's definitely like an idol of mine.
Okay, nice.
Like, if I had a chance to meet her, I'd be like, hello.
This doesn't happen a lot.
Oh, no, that has happened to
Oh,
me.
has it now?
It has, because one time we got invited to play at Anime Vegas. And, you know, obviously that's no longer a convention. And that was a con that actually treated us really well. But the first time we were brought out, like, they just kind of brought us out for, like, an acoustic set. They didn't want to bring the full bands, like, you know, hey, let's test you out and see how you do.
See what you do, yeah.
So we did an acoustic set. It was me, Brazzo, and our piano player at the time, Foxy. We call her Foxy. So we went to Vegas. We did that. And... oh, shoot. Where was I going with this? I, like, just got so into the story. Meeting. Okay. So one of the guests there that year was Yoko Ishida.
Ooh.
Oh.
Sailor Moon, singer. And
There's a lot of, like, small cons that have really big
Yeah.
guests. Yeah.
So here's the thing. My number one inspiration for singing in Japanese at all was Yoko Ishida.
Okay, nice.
Because my first anime soundtrack was a Sailor Moon CD. And that's when I started teaching myself to sing in Japanese, just phonetically, just listening to it.
Right.
So one of Brazzo's friends was responsible for bringing Yoko Ishida out. And I actually didn't know she spoke any English, so I actually tried to speak to her in Japanese and try to explain to her that she was the reason I started singing in Japanese, and I totally started crying. I totally fangirled so hard.
Nice.
So cute.
Nice.
Well, and the best part was, like, the day that they were getting ready to leave, they're like, oh, like, we're going to go to In-N-Out. Like we're all going to go eat at In-N-Out. And I just remember that I was sitting at a small table, and, like, Yoko Ishida was at another table, and I was just like, oh, my God, I am, like, sitting in the same room. I am sitting at an In-N-Out with Yoko Ishida, and I just want Senpai to notice me.
Aww.
I was such a mess. So actually, it's really good that I got my first major idol out of the way because later on at the next Anime Vegas, I can't remember if the full band came or not, but I remember specifically that I was asked to open for Yumi Matsuzawa. Okay, so me growing up, okay, I'm about to date myself here and really just say how old I am, but back in the days of VHS tapes, this was pre-DVD, I used to get VHS tapes from Suncoast. Like, I would get my monthly anime there.
Yeah, I remember.
I would get my Fushigi Yugi or in English Mysterious Play, and always before the anime started, they would be showing previews for Martian successor Nadesico. I would hear Yumi singing, and I realized that was actually her debut. She won a contest, and that was like part of her prize, I guess, was her doing the opening to that anime. Okay. So that's how she got started. So all the time, every month when I was watching my new 4 episodes of anime for that month, I always heard, "You get to bani, kimi no shiku hotorashiku wagaate yo." And like, I would always listen to it. I was like, yeah, this is really cool. I like this song. Never in my life. If you would have told me back then, like, oh, you're going to meet her one day. You're going to become friends with her. Right. What? So what had happened was I was opening for her. I literally just got up on stage and sang like a few karaoke tracks, you know, just something to open for her. Well, what ended up happening was when it was time for Yumi to go out and do her part, there was no Japanese translator around.
Whoa.
Were you it?
So what ends up happening is they find out that I'm the closest person that speaks any Japanese at all. And they're like, go out and translate for her. And I was like, what? I only took two college semesters of Japanese. Yeah. I am the kind of weeb where I learned from anime.
Yeah.
I worked at a sushi bar and accidentally learned informal Japanese. Yeah. And I'm sitting there going, shit, like, they want me to do what?
I 100% believe you, but this sounds like the best self-insert fanfic of all time.
It gets better. It gets better because the nice thing was is that her sister was there with her, and she actually speaks English. So she was just explaining to me like, oh yeah, you know, she's gonna talk about this. She's gonna, you know, like talk about her upcoming releases and upcoming shows. And I was like, okay. I literally BS'd my way through that translation. I was like, okay. Just keep it together. Yeah. Just act like you know what you're talking about.
Right.
But I was very liberal, like, okay, like, I believe, like, I just flat out told people, like, okay, I'm doing the best I can here. I'm sorry.
Right. Be real.
I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm going to do the best I can.
Nice.
Gambarimasu.
Nice.
And so I translated as best as I could for her. And then after that, you know, she did her performance. She sang. And afterwards, Omar, our friend who was also responsible for bringing her there that year, was like, oh yeah, we're going to go out and eat after. And like, oh, where do you guys want to go? And I'm like, Japanese food. I didn't realize that in Japan, they don't really have as much international food as we do.
Yeah, so they want to...
So they want like Mexican food.
Yeah.
And like, they like cannot get over like the size of everything. So we ended up going to a Mexican restaurant, which at the time I just was like, but why? Like, we have this here all the time, but they don't.
But they, so it's like...
So they don't. Yeah. So, like, I'm sitting there at dinner with Yumi and her sister and Brazzo and Omar, and I'm just like, is this happening? Is this life?
Right. No, it's not a fantasy.
So this was like, I want to say like 6 years ago.
6 years ago? Okay.
About 6 years ago that I met Yumi. Well, then 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, a friend of mine invited me to help him out with his documentary about conventions.
Oh.
So, and you're going to understand the tie-in here in a minute. Like, I'm totally not doing a side story for no reason. Yeah. But when he asked me to be a part of it, you know, he just wanted someone on camera to interview people. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. I would totally love to do it. So he hits me up one day, and he was like, oh, well, you know, I was thinking about doing SakuraCon. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, I haven't been there in years. I remember when it started. I'm dating myself again. I remember, like, when it started. Like, I would love to go. And then he messages me and says, oh, yeah, but for the same price, we can go here. I just see at the end of the website, .jp. And I lost my shit so hard because up until that point, I had never been in Japan. Never. And that was my number one dream, was to go to Japan and be a singer in Japan. That didn't happen. But But, you know, I basically got to go to Japan on a free ride.
Nice.
And we covered Anime Japan.
Oh, nice.
So here's where Yumi ties in. Because since I met her and made friends with her, I told her, hey, I'm coming to Japan. She was like, oh, you can come stay at my place.
Oh my gosh, that's really cool.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm still speechless when I just think about it.
Right.
Like, someone who is like an Anna-song singer, who is like still like famous depending on where you go, especially like Spain, like all the Spanish-speaking countries because of Saint Seiya.
Yeah.
Like, she is a goddess. But for some reason, you bring her out to the U.S. and, like, you know, you don't get as good a crowd. But, like, you watch videos of her, like, performing in Brazil and places like that. People are singing along with the songs. Like, you can't even hear her. People are singing so loud.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm like, Yumi Matsuzawa just invited me to her house.
I could stay there.
I was more nervous about going to her house than anything else on the entire trip. I didn't even care if I flubbed my Japanese and offended somebody.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I was so stressed out about going to Yumi's house because when you watch anime and basically learn about Japanese culture, like, they don't invite you over too much.
Yeah.
It's like a really big deal. And if you do, like, you're supposed to bring gifts.
Yeah.
And, like, even me just knowing that much, I was like, oh my God, what do I bring? What do I do? Oh my God, her house is going to be immaculate. Like, panic attacks upon panic attacks about just being, well, just first off, just being in Japan.
Yeah.
But still, oh my God, Yumi.
Yeah. This is the way your experience, like.
Well, but you know, by the time that everything was planned, like, we had an Airbnb and everything, like, all planned out. But I did stay one night.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe two. I think
a blur.
It was,
well, the trip in its entirety was technically 10 days, but, you know, you spend about a day flying.
Yeah.
So I was there officially for 9 days, and it was incredible. And a lot of the time I ended up hanging out with Yumi. And she actually had a show in Shibuya.
Okay.
So I got to see the Hachiko statue.
Yes.
And the night before, she goes, oh, do you want to sing with me? Okay, so this actually wasn't the first time I sang with her. She came out to the U.S. once, and I ended up kind of being her host while she was here.
Yeah.
So she actually invited me to sing Lion from Macross with her when she was here.
Oh.
Click the reaction, please.
Yeah, there's a convention for that too.
Yes, I'm fully aware, but the thing is I haven't seen too much of Macross, but I knew the song. So it's like when she hit me up the night before to do Lion, I was like, okay, I've heard it. So I can pull this out of my butt. I just need the lyrics.
Right.
Yeah.
She was like, the minute I said yes, she took a piece of paper and was writing out the romaji for me.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I can find it online. And she's like, oh, I got it. I still have that paper.
Of course.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
And so when I was in Japan the night before, she did this to me again. She was like, oh, sing You Get to Burning with me.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. Just okay. Yeah.
Well, here's a fun irony twist. We're backstage. We're getting ready. And in Shibuya, like where we performed, it was like this like small place. They had like a few potential idols. Like it was basically like a big performance night, so everybody had a slot. And Yumi was towards the end. Well, so we're backstage getting ready, and you know, she was asking me if I needed to change. Like I changed, and she was asking me like, "Oh, do you want to do something with your hair?" I actually had more hair then. I wasn't like 2 side shaves and just a little on top.
Right.
But I was like, oh no, it's okay. Like normally I would use a flat iron, but it's okay.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh no, you can use my curling iron. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you know, she just cranked it up. She turned it on for me, set it down.
Yeah.
Well, and like me talking to her and being so nervous, her particular curling iron was all white. It's not like the ones where it has like one silver end and one black end. Yes, you're getting ahead of me here.
Yeah.
I full on grabbed the wrong end.
Yeah.
So I literally got to burning my hand.
Yeah.
I was standing up on stage with a plastic glove filled with ice, holding it behind my back and singing like this.
Oh, wow.
And then she made a point of bringing it up. She was like, look. I was like, Yumi, why?
That's insane.
But yeah, so
Crazy.
it was fun. Luckily, my friend who took me to Japan used to be a medic in the military, so you know he lanced my blisters, put some Band-Aids on there for me, and like, I slept with a bag of ice over my hand. It was good times. It was a very, very eventful trip.
Do you still keep in contact? Or?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have Yumi on Instagram and all that. You know, we don't talk all the time.
Yeah,
But, you know, let's just say if I wanted to send her something, I could.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Because I have.
Ah.
I was kind of her personal shopper when she was here in the U.S. because there was something she wanted to order, but they wouldn't ship it to Japan, so they would ship it to me.
Yeah.
So I just, okay, well, once I get it, I'll ship it to you.
Yeah, you do the thing. Easy.
Oh my god, I still can't believe that.
I'll take a quick moment to. It was a crazy ride that you just took us on there. Again, folks, you're watching Relentless Weebs. We're your hosts, Shelby McWeeb, Andrew J. Alandi, our guest for this evening, Mynx Midnight from Mdinight Shinigami. Again, folks, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here. We're just going through a lot of the stories, some of the crazy things that Mynx has seen, some of the influences that she's gone through. And, of course, make sure you've shared it out. I want to give a quick shout-out, of course, to Tatenda M. Budzi. Michael Angelo Castello is watching as well. Yes.
He was a guitarist in our band.
There you go. Danny Leong is watching as well. I do see Ruben Adan. What's up? Saying you rock, bro. You rock for joining us here. Going through a couple of the comments as well. Actually, a couple questions here. Eric Sedano asked, "What was your favorite pre-90s anime?"
Ooh, pre-90s.
Yes.
Oh god. I would probably have to say. Well, shoot, what was the English title for Macross?
Robotech.
Yeah, Robotech. So I did watch Robotech a little bit. Yeah, you just dated yourself too.
I'm not gonna lie. Well, I still watch it. I'll go back to it, and it was actually on Netflix. So
yeah, but I mean, the thing was, like back in the '90s, pre-90s, you know, they wouldn't, you know, advertise like, "Hey, this is from Japan."
Right.
They would just dub it and put it out.
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes a lot of the stuff that I watched, I didn't even realize was anime until later. Like
Right.
I didn't learn until later that Sailor Moon was anime.
Right.
Yeah.
I had a cousin who actually lived in Japan. And this is actually how I discovered my love for Japanese. She lived in Japan. She brought over a tape. The anime was Excellion. That is like, it's basically like a mecha girl anime, but you know, lots of TNA.
Yeah.
Lots of TNA. I'll just say that. So basically, the robots become their outfits.
Okay.
And it's actually Ixer 1, I think, was the anime before Excellion. So Excellion, I think, was kind of like the OVA for it.
Yeah.
So she brought that tape, and it was in Japanese with subtitles. And just the minute I heard the way they were talking, I was like, I love this. I want to learn this.
Yeah, it feels right.
That's because, you know, for some people, French is the language of love, and that for me was Japanese. I was like,
There you
I love
go.
the way it sounds. I want to speak this language.
Did you guys ever accidentally rent the wrong anime at a VHS store when you were a kid? Or not the wrong.
Oh,
it could have been the
man.
right. Like, you can call it the right, but not the one you intended for, if that makes sense.
Oh, no. Sometimes I had stuff rented for me.
So for those of you who are wondering, by the way, for the generation who only grew up with
Netflix and like streaming.
So there used to be places like Blockbuster,
Hollywood Video.
exactly,
Main video rental.
or the mom and pop shop that had the weird curtain in the back, which you weren't allowed to go into.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about
It
that.
opened a lot of experiences to pick something out and find out someone put the wrong VHS back in the box.
Right.
And that's how I learned about anime.
Okay, so no, not for me that way.
Okay, that's
Like,
me.
no, what happened to me was I had family members go to Blockbuster and be like, oh, she's into that anime kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My uncle rented me Perfect Blue.
That was what I was going to mention. I watched Perfect Blue on accident.
And let's just put it this way. I was glad I had a TV in my room because when it got to that, you know, acting rape scene, I was just like, I hope no one opens my door because I will have a lot of explaining to do.
It tricks you because they're like, we're idols. Let's all dance
Well,
as
and
idols. I'm not gonna be idol anymore. Oh, what's it? What is the movie that they remade after it? It was not. They bought the rights to remake Perfect Blue for one scene in drugs.
The table.
Drugs, not drugs. It was about drugs. It was about Black Swan. Darren Aslowski made it. It was the movie about drugs, but they bought Perfect Blue so they could remake the one scene where she's in the bathtub screaming naked
Oh, wow.
to put
I did
into
not
this
know this.
movie Darren Asofsky.
Aronofsky. Something like that,
Aronofsky, yeah. Thank you for also
I'm
making me stop
stopping
hitting the
you.
table.
Hit my hands.
There you go. Oh my God! Yes.
Drugs. I don't know. Somebody help me out.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs because it's about this movie, but it was
Right.
remade.
Was Macaulay Culkin in it?
I don't think so.
Oh my God.
So it wasn't Party Monster, right?
No.
Because I remember there was a lot of drugs in that movie.
They bought the right to remake Perfect Blue for Party Monster.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
That would
Macaulay
be
Culkin
crazy.
decides he doesn't want to be an idol anymore.
Oh
There's a spin-off story for
I
you.
would watch
Yep.
that.
I would watch that too.
dear.
Then he's like, "Hey Google."
Oh.
Okay, but so yeah, that was one of the things that was rented for me. There have been times where I bought something unknowingly, like Outlanders.
Oh, okay.
I saw Outlanders, or maybe I rented that one, and I was like, "Oh, that has some fun stuff in it too." But I would have to say, I think I was more disturbed by Monty Python: The Life of Brian.
Oh, really?
Really? That was like
So I saw that when I was in high school.
Okay.
And, you know, by then I had not seen any male nudity yet. So,
So,
you know, when he opens that window and there he
he's-
is in all his glory, I was like, "Ah!"
I apologize for all the headphone
Sorry.
users just now.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
but
you're
that,
good, you're
that
good.
literally was my reaction because, again, it was like, I hope nobody walks in.
Right. Okay.
That's fair.
That happened to me a lot. Just a lot of...
Just a lot of surprise.
There was another anime, I swear to God. One scene, and it doesn't even show anything. Have you heard of Dragon Half?
Which half of the dragon was it?
Well, basically, mom was a
Press F.
dragon, dad was a human, so their daughter is kind of like a crossbreed.
Yeah.
But like the mom dragon can actually change into a human. But the daughter, she has like the little horns and the tail, and she has little wings on her back, and her legs are thick. And I was like, that's a cosplay I want to do. I've got that body type.
There you go. All right.
Still want to make that happen. But, you know, I'm not really a cosplayer, and I spend all my stuff on music, so... That's just kind of a sacrifice I've had to make.
I don't know. Maybe one of these days you get to cosplay it and do some of the music.
I would have to have someone like make it for me because I just unfortunately don't have that kind of time.
Gotcha. No worries.
Especially like with a show coming up, I have at least like 3 brand new songs to learn. I'm like, I have 2 weeks.
Oh, geez. 3 songs in 2 weeks. Oh. Well, you're good. I mean, you're obviously talented.
Maybe I should just be pulling up lyrics right now.
Oh my god. Michael Angelo Costello says, it's the opposite for me. Family walks in during the awkward moments during animes.
No. Okay, so that did happen, and that's why I
Yeah.
brought up Dragon Half,
Yeah.
is because even though you don't see anything, there's just this one scene where basically she's fighting and her top gets sliced off, and everything is strategically placed, and she covers up
she's
before
covering
you
up.
see anything.
Yeah.
But at that time, I had a boyfriend, and we were at his house, and we were watching in the living room, and I shit you not, his mom walks in right at that moment,
Uh-oh.
and she goes, "Is she fighting without a top on?"
Oh, jeez.
I can't stand people with no common sense.
Yeah.
So it's
well,
like, I didn't even know how to answer without being a complete bitch.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. What do you think?
By the way, I do see Melissa Valentine is in the chat.
Melissa, I love you. Okay, Melissa is like one of the best human beings on the planet.
No,
and I love
that's
her.
completely fair.
Okay.
She
I can
is
vote to that.
amazing. I love her. I love you, Melissa. Actually, she's more like Nana Osaki than I am.
Okay.
Even though I identify with the band Nana, I think I'm more Hachiko Nana.
I actually messaged her because I didn't even know that she was doing a cosplay. I was like, have you ever thought about cosplaying Nana? 'Cause I do Hachiko.
She been there, done that.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So I'm excited.
Good stuff. All right.
It was weird growing up to be Hachiko because I definitely realized I wasn't Nana in the reading the books. I was definitely more her, but I'm like, I can't end up being like her. And like slowly as I just aged, I just slowly became more and more and more like her.
I feel
It was
like
too
I'm a
late.
combination of the
Yeah,
two because
definitely.
obviously I'm in a band, but it's like everything else in my life is so Hachiko. I'm just like,
There
why?
you go. There you go.
Why do I do this to myself?
Is what it is.
Yeah.
That's
That's the feeling.
Quick shout out to JP Lopez. My cousin's actually in the chat here.
Hi, cousin.
Yes. By the way, I do want to give a couple quick shout outs before we're coming towards the end of our show. So again,
Already?
well, yeah, I know it's been a quick hour. That's how fast time flies when you're having fun.
We're only here for an hour?
Yeah, I know, right? But again, do want to thank everybody here. We're not ending just yet, so do not touch that dial. But again, do want to give huge thanks here to Mynx Midnight of Mdinight Shinigami.
Thank
Again,
you so much.
huge thanks to all of you who are joining us in the chat today. Again, we're not ending just yet. We still got a couple more minutes here.
Like 12, right?
Something like that.
Because we started like 7:32. It's not like I was counting or anything.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm gonna milk this for every minute we got.
Oh, we're gonna go all the way to the bitter end here.
That's what she said.
So, story of my sex tape. What? I've been on a huge Brooklyn Nine-Nine kick, so that's
sorry. I basically,
Yeah.
if it's not anime, the only other thing I've been watching is The Good Place.
Oh, right on.
Which has been really interesting on how it's impacted how I talk because I curse like a sailor. But at the same time, I have so much fun using The Good Place as substitutes for words.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, holy forking shirt balls! And, I can say that around younger kids. They're like, haha, what?
They'll get a real kick out of it, and they're like, yeah, you don't know what that means.
But then there's people in the know, they're like, oh, you watch The Good Place. And I'll be like, Tadoy.
Yeah, right. Good stuff. Okay, couple of things before we go into the tail end of our show. Just want to give a couple of quick things for the news. Okamoto Kitchen, by the way.
Yes.
They do have their Kickstarter up. It is coming to a close real soon. They are this close to getting their anime funded. So, folks, if you have not done so already, visit Okamoto Kitchen. Go to their Twitter at Okamoto Kitchen.
Quit touching the table.
Quit touching the table. Indeed, of course. And make sure, if you guys can, spare a couple dollars, get that Kickstarter funded. Even if you can't fund it, a share will help them out, guys. Get the word out. They are excellent people. We can all attest to this. Help them out with their Kickstarter, getting the anime funded.
You should also follow their Twitter account of Haru, their mascot.
That is correct.
I think that's really important for you guys to do right now.
And tell them that I should be a voice actor on it when it does get funded.
I can maybe pass that along.
Okay. No, actually, it's really funny because I grew up and I really wanted to do acting. I took acting classes for years. And it's really funny because when AX Idol came around, if I would have known that I would have had better chances doing the voice acting part, I would have done that instead.
Yeah.
Because, watching people that I met through there, like Christina V and Xanth Huynh, I probably pronounced her last name wrong. I'm sorry.
That's
but
a
it's
different
Haru. All these different people that I've seen go through AX Idol and start a voice acting career, I was like, why did I do music?
You can always do both.
Yeah.
But when you were competing back then, you had to choose one of the other.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you couldn't.
You couldn't do both.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
That is a fun fact.
I didn't know that.
So, like I said, if I would have known that I would have had more possible opportunities if I had done that, I would have done that instead. Hindsight 2020.
Yeah, that's fine. But it's okay because, at least we've got you here as a musician and an established musician at that, so.
Not exactly a paid one, but hey.
Hey, that's fine. You're still killing it, so.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the whole reason that we do this is because we love anime. We love the music. We love playing this music. It's not like we just got people that are like, anime, what?
Right.
No, we all are big fans. Like, everybody in our band has a favorite anime or something that they identify with. Andrew will always say something like Boku no Pico or things like that.
Is that true, Andrew? Sign off in the chat.
Oh, he will say that loud and proud.
Okay.
Loud and proud. No qualms with that. He'll be like, hentai!
Okay.
But, yeah, so we do it because we love it.
So you guys said you had a gig coming up next month. Is that correct?
Yes.
So tell us a little about that again.
May 16th up in Fresno at the Fresno Fairgrounds. Trying to remember everything correctly. I believe we're performing in the evening.
Okay.
So for those of you that have day jobs on the weekends, you can still make it.
All right. So no excuses. Okay.
No excuses whatsoever.
And where can we follow you guys?
Well, I mean, we're definitely all over the internets. We have our Facebook, we have our Instagram. I have a very rarely used Twitter account for us.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm actually just not super into Twitter. I really should be.
Yeah.
But I actually started a website for us a couple months ago. So we have MdinightShinigami.com.
Okay.
So you can actually see pictures of the band. You can see all the upcoming stuff. I've got a blog started on there.
Okay.
So everything's on there too. But I'm very, very vocal on Instagram and Facebook. So if you want to reach out to the band or reach out to me, I'm usually the one that takes care of all the social media stuff. So you're going to be talking to me basically.
Okay. So they're talking to you here, talk to you everywhere. I mean, Instagram, Facebook.
All over the internets.
Right on. Just jumping into the chat, just looking through a couple last things. People tuning in, Christopher Flores saying, wait, VHS is old, but then again, hell, I was born in 83.
There you go. You're only as old as you feel.
That is correct. Ivory Eyes Han saying kids not knowing how to use or what VHS is makes it feel old. Heck, even some teens don't know. And Christopher also tuning in saying, I used the rotary phone as a kid. Did you ever use a rotary phone?
Yes, I am familiar with the rotary
Yes.
because my grandmother had that Mickey Mouse one. Like
Oh,
where you pick up the
I
handle.
know.
Oh, I
which
have that
one.
one
Yes,
too.
yes.
That one was the shit.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. By the way, Stephen Lopez Strange says, hi peeps, hi Mynx.
Hi, Steven! He's actually like a big fan of the band, and last year I did a birthday giveaway, and he
Okay.
won. So
Oh,
he's got some of my stuff.
There you go. And my good buddy Dan Ryzen, aka Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Star, is watching. What's up, Dan? Giving
Dan.
giving shout outs to everybody. Again, this show is all about fan interaction, everybody talking and getting your questions in. So again, we're coming towards that tail end of the show. We got about a little over 5 minutes left.
I don't want to go.
Well, hopefully, we'll get to see you again soon at some point. So.
Well, just tell me when.
Okay, right on.
I will clear my schedule.
Oh, by the way, you might like who commented next. Stephanie Yanis says, love
Hi, Steph!
Mynx Mdinight.
I love you too.
There you
go. I actually duetted with her one year at AX.
Did you now?
We were performing, I believe, during the Masquerade halftime show.
Oh, okay.
We did a Chobits duet.
Okay.
Was it the opening?
Yeah, Let Me Be With You.
Good job. Good shit.
Like we totally coordinated. I was Freya,
Mm.
so of course I had to be all dark because that's me.
Okay.
So yeah, it was good times.
What else?
I feel like everyone, there's like always the goth best friend and the pink best friend, and that's how the best.
There's like
Yeah,
a balance, I guess?
Yeah.
that's me and Steph definitely because me and bright colors. Like I love bright colors on my face, but my soul is black.
Okay, I got you on that.
Who's calling you? What are you doing?
Sorry,
We're
it started
streaming.
playing music, and I didn't know. I don't know
What are you
why.
doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, we still got a couple minutes here.
Gosh,
Focus in! Oh my god, no, that's
Focus.
fine. That's fine. And just out of curiosity,
Shelby blinders.
right?
I need those like every day.
Me too.
Yeah.
Is there the last question I have for you, is there one musician or music act you haven't worked with that you would want that, like, if there's
Ooh.
any choice you could make?
Well,
Oh,
it's
anywhere.
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, like do you mean like local or just anyone?
Does not matter.
Okay, because
It's your dream. Your dream.
Okay, my number one dream, I would love to either perform with Uberworld or Jam Project.
Okay.
Those are two big ones. But for locals, like since the anime band scene isn't like that big and everybody kind of knows each other,
Yeah.
I think it would actually be fun to work at least once with Phoenix Ash.
Phoenix Ash, okay.
Yeah, because they actually, a couple of the guys from the band run a show called BarCon.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Up in San Jose,
Right.
and then last month we were part of their debut show.
They brought it down here to LA.
down
yeah.
here in
There's
LA.
another one
Yeah.
soon, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be the first Friday of every month.
Oh, wow, okay.
So the next one is actually coming up this Friday.
That should be March 1st. You're correct. Oh my
That
gosh.
is time flies.
Yeah, wow. Jeez. So lots of great stuff here. So Phoenix Ash, that's the...
I think it would be fun to do something with them.
Okay. Right.
But yeah, I mean, like I used to kind of be like, no, like it's just us. And now I'm like, like I want to work with everybody now.
Get everybody in here. Get bands.
Everybody in here, like, you want to record? Let's just do it.
Yeah. All right, folks. So I think that about does it for this edition of Relentless Sweeps. Mynx, where can they follow you again before the battery dies on the computer?
Oh goodness. Well, we have Mdinight Shinigami on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We have our website MdnightShinigami.com. We have Shinigami on Twitter, but don't expect a lot of updates from there unless I get somebody else to run it. But
Copy. Yeah.
it's like the main social media. If there's a bit of social media that we do need to be on, let me know because I'm getting kind of out of the loop, y'all.
Gotcha.
I'm usually just so busy working on music and booking shows that
You're definitely
I
one of
fall
the-
out of the loop.
Yeah.
The top bands I've heard of, if that makes sense.
Okay, well wait, now I gotta know who's better.
No, I mean, if I'd heard of a band, you're one of them. if that
Aw, you big suck. I know, she just saved herself there. I'm sorry, I put you on the spot.
Shelby, where do they follow you?
makes sense. The Bombshell Cosplay.
Boom. Right there.
Instagram and
Instagram.
Twitter.
Nice. And I'm Andrew J. Alandi on Instagram and Twitter. Folks, the inaugural episode of Relentless Sweeps is complete. Make sure if you get a chance, share the video out, and we'll see you next week, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Good night.
ありがとうございました
Did it freeze?
Possibly.
It's very possible.
That's
might
okay.
At least it made it till the end.
That's
At
all.
least we didn't die.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. I was like, I saw the low battery thing, and I was like, I have to end this now,
Like,
otherwise
crap.
it's gonna end abruptly, and that's not a good look. So, oh well, that's fine.
Yay! That was fun.
Good job, everyone.
Yay!
All right.
I didn't even drink my water. I was talking so much.